Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over the team that we used to hit rank 9. We're just going to be going over 3 sets. I went 14-1 in these 3 sets combined, and yeah, we're actually doing regular Ultra League. So before we get into the video, if you haven't, definitely hit that subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into Game 1 here. Alright, so this is a team here that I'm using on the left, and like I said, I'm doing regular Ultra League, sorry, not Premier League, with Togekiss, Escavalier, and Snorlax. So this first set of 5, I really wanted to show because we lost a lot of these leads. Obviously, Alolan Muck is pretty good against Togekiss. Has that Sledge Wave, which will almost one-shot. I think it does about 90%. So, interesting thing here, the reason I'm using Superpower on Snorlax is because I was using it in the Ultra Premier League, which I played probably 3 or 4 sets in general or overall, and I was using Superpower in that, and I usually use Earthquake, but didn't really want to do the TM like lottery there, so actually really finding Superpower to be quite good. It really makes it to where you don't have to go all in with like in Earthquake, but the times they don't block, you're kind of sad because obviously Earthquake is a huge move. All right, let's get back into this one. So obviously we're just trying to avoid this Alolan Muck KOing our Togekiss there. I did try to switch out, did not switch in time. So let's see, Escavalier. The fact that they're bringing Escavalier means probably... Oh, wow. It was actually a Lapras in the back. We should be good. The Surfs do a pretty decent amount of damage, probably about 40%, 45%. But the counters do... I mean, they are super effective, but Lapras is so freaking bulky, it's crazy. But we do have 1 shield, and hopefully we can get to 2 more drill runs, which I think we will. Because I don't think this one will KO, although it doesn't really matter. I think it's going to be so low. Yeah, we have enough HP to survive a Surf anyways, and then we'll counter it down. So, Lapras is like the big time in Ultra Premier League, but you don't see it too much. Like, it's okay, it's pretty good in Ultra League as well, but you don't see it that much. Alright, Cresselia, this is a really bad lead. I thought about trying to catch, but what I would like to do is make sure I get the Body Slam in on the Cresselia here. They usually like to go up to the Moonblast and then switch out, or throw the Moonblast anyways. So they do end up switching out. The one really good thing about Registeel matchup is you can take 1 Focus Blast and survive with like 30% HP. So yeah, they're going to have to throw another move here, so you can definitely get to the second Superpower, even though we threw energy at the Cresselia. The first one's going to do about 35-40. The second one's going to do about 30. And then they obviously can't farm us down, so the lick damage is still adding up, and did they shield? I think they shielded. Yes, so we have a shield advantage now, and I can bring in a Escavalier, farm it all the way down. We're probably going to take that shield advantage and shield here, just to have a lot of energy on this Escavalier. It's going to be good because we really need it against that Cresselia. I actually end up taking it. We have the 2 shields. Oh, the reason I did that is so that Cresselia could actually end up beating the, I'm sorry, so that the Togekiss could beat the Cresselia by just double shielding. Which I don't remember if we actually win this one with the Togekiss or the Escavalier. So we do end up going both shields here. We didn't get any reduction there. I am going to throw the Aerial Ace, but they're definitely going to shield this for sure. Yeah, but we won't get KO'd by anything, even if they actually throw the Future Sight, which would do the most amount of damage. We'll farm it down and hopefully get to this Aerial Ace just to do a little bit extra damage to this Giratina. We do have over 1 full drill run, so I think at 50%, 2 drill runs will be enough, especially with the counters, even though they're resisted. But we are freaking low too, but I do think we would survive a Shadow Sneak here. Actually, I don't think we would, especially since it's Shadow Claw. Man, I can't talk right now. Also, that's one thing I want to note also, as well. The Giratina altar that I've been running into, they've almost all have had Shadow Claw, which is interesting because the last time I played, which I didn't play any at all last season, I played Ultra Premier only, But the season before that, I guess season 2, we ran into a lot of Dragon Breath. So, all right, really late switch here. I actually think I played this guy multiple times. I don't think I'm going to show multiple times of me playing them, but I've played this person multiple times in general, because I queue around the same time every day. But I always switch way too slowly into this Escavalier, and then it ends up costing me 2 shields. Yeah, we get a little bit of extra farm to go into the next matchup, but that always sucks to go down in shield advantage here. Now we still maintain switch, which is great. They don't shield, but we do not make it to that next drill run. So another thing is a lot of Shadow Machamps out there. This guy is obviously using a regular Machamp, but I have seen a lot. So we really want to line the superpower. What I'm going to try to do here, I think, though, is bait, because the worst thing that can happen is they actually end up shielding superpower, and then we get all the reduction in stats. So I'd rather throw this, maybe get Night Slashed, survive, and then throw a superpower at it. But they don't actually end up shielding there. They probably will shield this one, to be fair. So, really good. Oh, nope, they did not shield. We survived one Rock Slide, and then we should be able to farm down. In fact, that charm that goes through might actually have taken out that Machamp. We definitely play this guy a lot. Buck Nasty. What a name. What a name. I think it's an Articuno lead. Yep. This is a very tough lead. Not the hardest lead, but not the most tough, I should say, but a very tough lead in general. You do like to get this debuff off before they get the Icy Wind, which we did. But this Icy Wind's going to suck because they're going to come in with something, and Snorlax isn't going to be as good as it usually is. Alright, they come in with a Swampert. Usually this would be a decent matchup for the Snorlax. Usually it's some weird, not CMP, IV thing. But with the fact that we got Icy Wind, these Body Slams aren't going to be doing nearly as much. The lick damage will still add up, but the Body Slam damage is going to be highly reduced. They're obviously going up to 2 Hydro Cannons here. They're going to have to use one. Obviously, they cannot farm us down. I decided not to shield this. Probably I come in with Togekiss and just farm down. Try to get a little bit of energy to throw at this Articuno so that we can take the shields, which is kind of the whole reason to, the whole reason we switched, right? Problem is they actually farmed up 3 Hydro Cannons worth of energy, and this is going to be too much damage for me to not shield this at this point. I really want to get to this Aerial Ace. The one good thing about this matchup, my team against this matchup, is that Escavalier is actually not that bad against Articuno. So they really have to land the Hurricane, and if they don't even have Hurricane, you actually can win in the 0 and 1 shield, depending on IVs. You'll always lose in the 2 shield just because Icy Wind's a crazy move, and you're actually doing pretty ineffective damage from your charge moves. But if you are going to throw a move at Articuno, definitely throw the Drill Run. No, I'm sorry. Throw the Mega Horn if the shields are down. I think it's like 38% of the HP, which is way more than you would think. But yeah, it's pretty effective. Alright, obviously this matchup's good against Muck. I'm going to try to catch a move on my 0 HP Togekiss, and this is really the definition of the matchup here. I am going to have to throw in the Drill Run at this. I'm not going to be able to farm it down, and the fact of the matter is the Articuno is out of energy, and I should be able to farm it down, so no reason for me to save that move for Articuno, especially when that Alolan Muck can get to another Dark Pulse after 4 Snarls. Alright, even though Escavalier is a Steel type and it's taking reduced damage from these charms, is actually an insanely good matchup. This Gyarados is actually a good matchup as well. The only thing is you want to be avoiding if they have a Hydro Pump, which you would get to the Aerial Ace at the same time they would get to Hydro Pump. Technically, you would win that CMP as well, so the fact that they threw first meant that they definitely were not getting there. And this is what I really love to do. If they come in with another Steel type, I come in with Snorlax, because I'm going to force them to either shield or switch anyways, and then I'll have a Escavalier in the right matchup if they do end up switching. And Snorlax is such a safe swap in general that it's going to pressure a lot of things. It's really good against Giratina A, because both Giratinas, because it takes double reduced damage from ghost types, and then obviously with the superpower it's going to be pretty good against the steel types. The only thing you have to worry about is the fighting damage, such as the focus blast, and then like Escavalier, the counter damage is obviously going to be doing a lot. So we're going to need a shield this drill run, obviously, and we need to save one shield for Registeel as well. I think he has a little bit of energy on the Registeel, so we're going to farm this down. He doesn't let us. He switches out. Really good by our opponent here. But the fact of the matter is we're going to be able to get to another drill run before they get to another focus blast. And even if they did, it wouldn't KO us either way, and we'd be able to farm down the Escavalier in either way. So even though he had an energy advantage, these drill runs, we just get to them faster. So that's perfect for this one. And yeah, 2 hits here, and that is our first set. I think this was the first set of me using this team. First full set, because I played 3 games in Ultra Premier, failed miserably using Shadow Muck and Scrafty and Gengar, and then decided, you know what, let me try out regular Ultra, because it's been so long since I played that, but I do remember being pretty good with this team back in Season 2. Let's see how it works now against, well, I expected a ton of Berserker, which you're going to see some here later, but that's actually really hard for us to take on as well. All right, Obstagoon, obviously this is a really good lead, and then they come back in with Giratina, and I was thinking about staying in for a second, and then I was like, you know what, I need to get out my Snorlax out of the way, because obviously Obstagoon is going to be really good against Snorlax. It's going to take triple reduced damage from the Lick, and then obviously Body Slam's just not going to be doing a lot. Although, to be fair, the superpower is really good. I think it does somewhere like 80% because it's double super effective. I actually don't know off the top of my head. Maybe we'll see one of these go through. But you will notice in this matchup, it's really awkward if they have Dragon Breath, because you don't actually have a charge move that pressures them at all, so you're kind of all there on the lick damage. And as you see there, we actually did something like 85% damage. And the fact that he's bringing this Giratina in means whatever's in the back must be bad against Togekiss also. So my first thought is Escavalier. It must be an Escavalier actually, right? It is Escavalier, okay. And we're just going for these aerial aces because it's going to be good damage anyways, neutral. Plus they have shields, so I don't want to go all the way up to the flamethrower. It's cheaper as well, so we're going to pressure those shields a lot. Obviously we have our full HP Escavalier in the back with a shield as well, and this game's pretty much over. Alright, here's that Berserker lead. So the Shadow Claw is what does a ton, and the fact that it resists these charms. And Aerial Ace isn't going to be doing too much, even though it is actually a pretty squishy Pokemon. You see its CP is 2410. Doesn't look like it actually gets all the way up to 2500 after being level 40. And I'm very sad that I didn't get that off. I probably won't shield this because it's foul play. It is resisted, but it would have been nice to get that thrown off first. They might shield, whereas now they probably won't. And I think we end up farming it down, so we technically have switch advantage, but we have some awkward Pokemon here in the back now. This is obviously really good, Escavalier. Hopefully they have Giratina in the back. If they have something like Escavalier, it's going to be really bad. Sometimes these teams like to go double steal. That's actually something I noticed a lot, actually, in Berserker leads. They seem to always have a steal in the back, whether it be Registeel or Escavalier. Or Melmetal. I've actually seen a ton of Melmetal this time around, which I can talk about it now. Melmetal in the lead is almost unbeatable, for our team, because we have nothing really to switch into, and the fact of the matter is if we safe swap into Snorlax, which is the best thing we can do, they're going to be able to, and our opponent quits, they had a Escavalier in the back. They're going to be able to superpower and then switch into a better matchup, which puts Snorlax at like half HP, or probably 60%. So that's one thing we really got to worry about in the Melmetal lead. I don't know if I've ever beaten a Melmetal lead, but yeah. Alright, Swampert lead. The way I like to play this out is staying with the Togekiss and get an Aerial Ace off. This usually means they get 2 Hydro Cannons. I almost always shield the first one if they go to 8. I'm just afraid of that Sludge Wave, and they probably won't attempt it again anyways. And then what I like to do is, if they shield this or not, switch into Snorlax, try to soak up some of that damage, and they do end up throwing this Hydro Cannon. They technically have 2 here, I believe, so they could throw a second one if they would like. Okay, and they have a little bit of extra energy, I think, in the back here. I'm going to say 2 mud shots worth. And they actually end up staying in this matchup. This is kind of weird. I don't expect a shield. And then they come in with Melmetal. Okay, this is great for us. The fact is, I do not get that off, and I need to save my shields for Escavalier because even though it's super effective against this Melmetal, it's not the greatest matchup because the Rock Slides still do about 50. They do about 45%. What I'll probably do here is throw Mega Horn, get a couple counters of energy, and then maybe swap. Actually, probably let him... Ooh. Okay, I guess it's fine. What I was thinking there is maybe let it use its move on a Escavalier, but I guess preserving the Escavalier's HP is much better. And you don't want to use any shields here on Togekiss. Actually, going down here would be the best case scenario. This isn't bad either. At least they can't farm the Togekiss, and they already used all their energy, so we have 1 shield here, which could have used it there, but then they could go for double superpower, which I don't want them to do. The first one's obviously going to be a Rock Slide, and then they're going to want to use as little energy as possible to take us out here at the end, but we do get to 2 drill runs. They actually do get to their moves faster than we get to our moves, but the thing is they would have had to get to 2 moves because we have a shield left. Alright, so this is game 4. Poliwrath. This is not as great a matchup as you would think, so if they stay in, it's obviously great. But what they actually usually end up doing is they'll gain so much energy over time that they'll have Ice Punches ready for the Togekiss, and then, like... So we'll win this matchup, right, with Escavalier. Then they'll come in and not really be pressured on the Poliwrath. Actually, interesting shield there. Actually, I wonder if we can't farm this down. We probably have to second shield. No, we get the drill run. Perfect. So what I was saying with the Poliwrath is, so they'll probably let this go now, not have any pressure with this Poliwrath, gain so much energy here that they'll have an extra Ice Punch going into the next matchup. They're definitely not shielding this. And then throw an Ice Punch here to KO Escavalier. Actually, if they farm us all the way down, it's absolutely insane. Okay. This is okay. We do pull the shield. But the fact of the matter is, even if we bring in Togekiss here, you see we get the Charm off. All they're going to do is switch out so that they have energy still on this Poliwrath for the next one. No, we do end up taking him out. Nice. And they do quit. But, so, just because they didn't do it there, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. The Poliwrath lead is actually really hard for us to beat if they switch out and have energy management skills across the matchups. So, you're going to have to shield once with Togekiss against Obstagoon. You kind of have to respect the Gunk Shot. The fact that he didn't throw it the first time, though, means he can't get to it the second time, and we don't really care about these Night Slashes. And getting rid of the Obstagoon is pretty good for us. It means the Snorlax is a really good safe swap. I do have enough for this Flamethrower, so I'm going to throw it out just in case they don't shield. They almost always do. And I don't know why I haven't switched out of this matchup. I guess we're sacrificing Togekiss here to bring in a Escavalier. So this must mean that I think Giratina's in the back. So let's see if I'm right in this prediction. All shields at this point should be saved for Escavalier, and it was a Giratina in the back. So, perfect for us. Again, you're going to want to throw these Body Slams even though they're double resisted. They still do damage, and they definitely won't pressure shields. One thing to worry about in this matchup is it will go to time, so be careful on the swaps. You don't want to throw a move like Body Slam into the Melmetal, although in this case, I guess any damage is good damage. And then maybe even save up a superpower. If I was looking at this clock, which I'm not sure if I am or not, might want to start saving up for a superpower here. Although they do throw energy, and I believe the switch timer's up right now. Yep. So I expect a switch. We do switch. We do have a move, so we're up on energy, especially since they threw the superpower the first time. Although... Okay, we do get to another one. They were trying to get to 2 moves, I think, for back-to-back, because we do have a shield. Alright, and this isn't too bad. Yeah, they're going to just quit. We still have the Snorlax. We still have a shield. It is what it is. And that was a 4... No, that was a 5-0 as well. So, perfect. All right, going into our last set here, I believe this is going to be a 4-1, but so far 10-0. I have so many games of 5-0 and 4-1 with this team. I do have 1-0-5, so I'm not gonna try to like lie to you that this team never loses, but so interesting. Anytime they bring in Togekiss, and in this case another Charmer, I do stay in with Togekiss usually, try to throw. And then the fact that it's Granbull means I probably can't go into Snorlax. But maybe I would have tried to go into Snorlax there. And I do... Their switch timer is still down, which is why I came in with Escavalier here. I'm going to try to pull the shields and do as much damage as I can before they are allowed to switch back into their Escavalier. So I probably have 10 more seconds with this Muck. Maybe not. The timer's coming up here. Maybe you do. They do throw another move. I'm going to shield this. They're going to probably switch right after this. But we do have this Drill Run. They probably shield this. And we're going to get countered down, but that's fine. We're going to come in with the Togekiss and then farm down. Do I shield this? Probably need to, because Snorlax is going to be taking super effective from the counters, which I really don't want. And I do think I can counter this down before they get to another move. Maybe I get to this Aerial Ace against this Muck, which will probably pull the shield. And then if it does, come in with Snorlax and try to get a superpower off. You could just go for the Body Slam too. You're not going to be really pressured too much unless they get to 3 Dark Pulses. I don't think 2 is enough. Ooh, 2 Sludge Waves might be enough. But the fact that he threw the Sludge Wave means I know I have enough time. And even though Lick is resisted here, it did actually do enough damage to bring it down a little bit. Alright, Articuno. Like I said before, this is not the best lead. Usually I switch straight into Snorlax, so I don't know what I'm doing here. I guess I thought, you know what, I'll try a different strategy. I must have been losing to some Articunos, but I actually do think that the safe swap into Snorlax instantly is the best strategy at this point. Usually against a Escavalier, if they throw a Drill Run, you can get to 2 superpowers, I believe. But the fact that they threw a Mega Horn, and you're almost never shielding on with Snorlax, so if you're in the opponent's position here, definitely throw Mega Horn. I do that myself on Escavalier versus Snorlax because they cannot get to 2 moves, but sometimes they do have Earthquake, so you probably end up shielding the 1 move anyways. And they're almost never shielding against Escavalier. It doesn't make sense. The counter does super effective damage. They're just putting themselves in a position to take more pain. So we do switch out of the Togekiss. The reason I switch out is so that I can come in with a Escavalier and then hopefully be able to switch out of this matchup to take away the debuffs. And while I'm thinking about that, I'm also thinking about how much energy I need to save for the next matchup. Suicune, Shadow Suicune. We don't have one of these. Unfortunately, we did the Giovanni at the wrong time. And I think we have the Shadow Entei. I end up having to throw a move here because my timer's not up. So this is quite unfortunate. I would really like to switch out now. They did not throw a move, and now if they have Hurricane, it's just over. Even Ancient Power might be able to KO here, just because it is going to be neutral. But they did have the Hurricane. So, like I said, if the Articuno doesn't have Hurricane, you probably win the 1-0 shield. So, this is my first time facing Mew, and my instant thought was double Wild Charge. But then, so you can look how I play this out. Just imagine in my mind, I'm thinking Surf, double Wild Charge as the moveset. But so I don't end up shielding here, which could have been costly because the actual moveset for Ultra, regular Ultra, is Focus Blast and Dark Pulse. So I actually probably could have stayed in with Togekiss now that I know that. We do end up shielding the correct move there. As soon as they threw that Dark Pulse, I remembered, oh shoot, yes, Focus Blast is what a lot of Mews run. So they end up coming in with the Swampert here, but we have a huge energy advantage, and I think we can pressure this last shield. This will not KO us. This will do about half of our remaining HP, so about a third in general. Oh, and we do not make it to this. Do I shield? Probably not. Probably farm down. Actually, probably could farm down with a Escavalier at this point. Nope, come in with Togekiss, farm it down. Their Mew has almost no HP, so whatever they bring in here, just bring in the counter right away. They're probably going to throw a superpower here. Maybe they're going up to 2 superpowers. You know, that would be interesting. Coming in with 2 superpowers, try to catch a move. No, this is only 1. Will I shield this? No. Okay, perfect. I think they do go up to 2 moves. You have to shield this one. They actually end up coming with Mew here, which gives us enough energy to farm up the 3rd move, but it didn't really matter. We would have farmed that 3rd move up. They were definitely going to be out of energy after that anyways. So they tried to catch maybe. Good attempt by them there. First Mew I've ever, and the only Mew I've actually faced so far. Alright, a Togekiss lead. This is how I play this out. I go for the first move, Aerial Ace. It is a CMP tie with Aerial Ace and Ancient Power, so we're going to shield no matter what. If they shield, I try to switch to Snorlax. You saw me try to switch, but it was true CMP, so this is going to be Aerial Ace or Ancient Power. And then I switch out to Snorlax and just start going. Because it's actually really hard for us to beat the Togekiss. But the fact that we already have it down to like 25% is really good. This matchup's pretty even. We're going to get to the 2 body slams here. Even if they... I'm trying to think, because Togekiss and Snorlax being low means that we're really susceptible to a Giratina here in the back. Which, if this is Giratina in the back, we actually might be screwed. So, yeah. Oh, CMP tie. We can't afford to do anything here, though. We're going to let this go. If it is Giratina in the back, maybe we have to come in Escavalier here and start getting a lot of energy advantage. And then I think they end up bringing the Togekiss back in, and I think I can just farm it down. Shield once, just in case it's the Flamethrower. Although this is probably Ancient Power. What they have in the back is definitely some sort of Steel type. Oh, it's Cresselia. Okay, so we're just going to go straight Mega Horn. We're getting some lag. We have a huge energy advantage here, so we can definitely get to a second Mega Horn. But I think I'm just going to go for this Drill Run. We kind of showed them that we are willing to go for the Mega Horn, which means they probably have to shield this. And then I'm going to bring in Togekiss because they cannot farm us down. We're going to try to just do as much damage as we can. Any move here KOs. I think even Grass Knot KOs from here. And then we'll try to get to this Drill Run. We do not get there. This is actually going to bring us pretty low, especially if it's not Focus Blast, especially if it's Future Sight. And I'm not even going to mess around with it. I'm not going to go for any extra farm. I don't know the actual count. And I know that if I just take this out, I can just farm down the Togekiss in the back because it only has 1 HP. Perfect. Alright, game 5 here. Togekiss lead. You guys know what I like to do already. I think in this one I actually mess up and try to go for an overfarm. No, I don't. I do remember going for an overfarm in one of these. They actually win CMP tie, even though... Oh, no. This is... I was thinking this is Master League. I was like, I have 100% Togekiss. No, I don't think I have a very good Togekiss for this league, but we bring in the Snorlax. You know we can take a Focus Blast, so we're just going to go all the way up to 2 superpowers and then throw them back to back. They're obviously going to try to go to 100 energy after that and then throw a move. Obviously, they're going to throw Flash Cannon because they want to conserve energy as much as possible. They do actually shield, probably thinking we had an Earthquake. But that's the one thing I like about Superpower. It means if they do end up shielding, you are going to have a little bit of extra energy to go for another one. Unfortunate CMP tie there, but you cannot shield this Snorlax anymore. Coming in with Escavalier. Am I going to shield this and farm down? Okay, I guess I do. They have the Togekiss in the back, but no shields. So it will go down to a Mega Horn. And Escavalier should really run down this game. Oh, yeah, we're going to farm this down. Oh, no, we don't end up going for the farm down. Probably could have, though. We knew they didn't have energy. And they do come in with Swampert. We throw this Mega Horn, and then we're going to switch out to the Togekiss. Oh, we try to catch a move. They have to throw a move anyways. It looks like they are almost at 2 Hydro Cannons, but I believe Escavalier should survive a Hydro Cannon, and the counters should be able to take them out. This is really close. I do think we'll survive with about 5 to 10% HP. Yep. And then farm down. That was a close one. Alright, so yeah, this is the team I've been using. like you saw in that very first set, we lost almost every single lead. So even if you lose the lead, it's not too bad. The worst leads for you are Articuno, which is beatable, especially if they don't have Hurricane. But even if they do, it's still beatable. You will have to play very well. And then Melmetal, which I don't know if we've ever won against a Melmetal in the front. I'm sure we've won once, but that feels almost impossibly hard to win unless our things in the back, I guess, line up perfectly. Because a Melmetal lead means I'm safe swapping to Snorlax, which means they're probably not going to throw in their what's it called, their Giratina, and then their Giratina can end up matching up against my Escavalier, and then obviously, yeah, none of that's pretty. And then, like I said, in general, Melmetal is very good against our team, so if it's ever locked in with Togekiss, it's going to be able to get an energy advantage because Togekiss doesn't really pressure it at all. They can shield once, and then have an extra move ready for the next Mon after they KO the Togekiss. So yeah, definitely try this team out. This team is amazing. If you want, I can show more videos. Like I said, I have a ton of videos. I can show some of my losses as well. I believe we got to rank 9 on a 3-2 after 2 5-0s and a 4-1, which actually, no, it wasn't these exact battles. I think these last two were a part of that set. I only played 3 sets on that day. And yeah, if you haven't, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm. And thanks again for coming by. I hope to put out some more videos in Ultra League. See you in the next one.